Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are on the globe. Hey, it's Insane Rider. Welcome to the channel, Budget Gamer. All right, doing a little Draconia Saga Global tonight, and I have to admit, I'm really excited to play. Of all the games I've been playing over the last few months and live streaming, right now this one's tied for the top spot. It's this one, and I did a little pre-alpha testing of Supercell's boat game, and that was amazing as well. But this game is a total blast to play. Draconia Saga Global. It's a MMORPG that is available on mobile. I'm playing on an iPad, but you can play on any mobile device. And I'm going to get into a little bit of what I'm going to call my first journal tonight. And tonight I'm going to focus on Dragon Hunter missions. All right, let me go ahead and give a shout out. I see Needles and NK out on the horizontal stream. Nice to see both of you there. And looking forward to getting some play in. And of course, if anyone has this game installed, we can actually group up, and regardless if we're on the same server or not, as long as we're on the same region, we can group up and run different types of missions. There's PvE and PvP involved in this game. Tonight's all about the PvE hunter missions, and I've held off from running them all day, saving them for this live stream. Hey, Bryce, thanks for connecting in. Let's go ahead and get started. So yes, this is a game that you can play on your mobile device. I would suggest probably playing it on a tablet. Would probably be the best, but I believe you probably could play it on anything. Ann says, have I started the game yet? Yes, I've been playing since a few days after release. And Sean's on the stream. Hey, Sean, thanks for stopping by as well. Let's go ahead and dive in here a little bit. And I know Needles reached out to me on the community Discord server we have for the Budget Gamer channel, and asked a little bit more about gear. And there's a thing called basically like a battle rating. And there's anything and everything you almost do in the game can facilitate increasing that BR rating. And so the BR rating kind of dictates what you get into. People can rate you on it for, hey, you want to do a certain mission, a certain raid. They can kind of see how strong or not you are based on your BR rating. I was actually a pretty low BR rating for my first 40-some levels, low 40s. And the reason was, as I was focused on trying to, as free to play as much as possible, collect the Azure Knight wardrobe set. And so I was busy basically kind of buying and selling things to be able to buy the shards to get the gear. So I'm kind of done with that. I shifted gears, and now I'm fully my BR is up and more than reasonable now. I think it's actually rated at gold level, which is pretty high. So let me go ahead and start by just reviewing gear a little bit and the BR rating, because the BR rating is going to affect when I run these missions. And I'm going to be running platinum level missions. Your player character kind of starts off as a bronze character, silver, different layers of gold, different layers of platinum. I'm not sure what's after that. I'm still leveling myself. All right, Ant's installing it on tablet right now. Very nice. The server I'm on is the AM-S7. That's America region AM-S as in server 7, number 7. So AM-S7N, and that'll get you into the server I'm on and Needles is on. We also have a Budget Gamer brigade, which is like an alliance or a club or a guild, and we can get you into there as well. So with that, let me go ahead and review my character a little bit. So I'm going to pop up my character. Down at the bottom by my feet, you can see I've got a BR rating of 66,870, which is decent. Overall, it's pretty good. You can see that along the left-hand side, I have all gold level equipment. That's kind of the tier starts at like an orange at the highest, and then there's a yellow, and then there's a purple, and then there's like a blue color. So yellow puts it up pretty high. And there's a number of things you can do to level up your gear. I'll just tap on my bow. And I've upgraded this one a number of times. This game is very, very complex. There is a lot to it. It's got a lot of depth to it, which makes it fun. But basically, you're looking at my bow here. I've upgraded it a number of times through the like a blacksmith, the workshop. It's currently rating a SR8. Takes a lot of resources. So you're always looking to farm and do things to pick up resources. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and I've got a few weapons I saved for this, just to make sure to kind of show the progression system. Now, the really cool thing about this game that some other games don't do, and originally I've been playing games for decades now, you would invest in a piece of equipment, and then you would kind of out-level it, and it was kind of an unfortunate thing that you spent all these in-game resources and points on just to kind of literally have to let that piece of equipment sit in inventory. I used to play Minecraft Dungeons, and that's kind of how that started. They finally kind of caught up with things. This game's a little bit different. Whatever you do and whatever you upgrade, as soon as you put a new piece on, it receives that upgrade. So it's almost, if you want to think of it this way, each one of these spots is a different piece of gear. You're really upgrading the spots. So no matter what you socket into that slot, it's going to receive everything that you've done. So you lose absolutely nothing. And that's an amazing thing. They did an outstanding job with that. But real quick, I've got some items here. I just want to go ahead. I'm going to go into, I just recently looted these. So let me start with this waist guard piece. So you can see it's the same level, but it's purple instead of yellow. The BR rating's like almost like half. It's got a red arrow, means it's not as good. You can see the basic attributes aren't as good, but you can notice it says R4. Gear doesn't start out at R4, but it's going to automatically accept what my slot has for it. Now, what I'm going to do is look at these extra attributes and see if there's anything that I want. If I had a higher strength, a higher all aptitudes, which is kind of for all my abilities, or anything of the sort. It doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the furnace, and I'm going to get smelt points. And smelting is the way you break down gear. You get enough smelt points, and you can have the blacksmith basically make you more gear that you can take a look at. So I'm going to go on to the next one. Again, this is lower as well. All aptitudes 10, nothing there. I'll get rid of that. And so I'm just going to quick strength 21, all aptitudes 12. So there's a tie there, nothing else. So I will get rid of that one. Let's look at the next piece here. All aptitudes 9, intelligence to strength 23, but I have 25. And of course, I'm playing an archer. There's no like agility, it's just strength. They just have 4 really basic things. And of course, if you watch my video that's already out there on the basics of the game, I cover all of that in a lot of detail. Okay, so I'm going to toss this one into the furnace here real quick. And I know this is all about seeing the combat, so I just want to intelligence to strength 45, mine's 49. Okay, didn't quite make it there either. Just wanted to kind of give a little bit all aptitudes 10. That's not going to cut it. And defense, nope. All right. So this is one way to work on your BR rating. Get the best gear, upgrade it. Now you can go out to also work on your BR rating. You can go to the workshop. And this is where you have 2 different things. You have upgrade, where you can actually, you can see my weapon is an SR8. It's purple rated for upgrades. And this is where you can upgrade with materials. And you can see if I upgrade it to SR9 over on the right hand side, it's going to go up 85 more BR points. That said, you can see everything else I have right now at 4. Because I think when you go to 5, you start needing some extra resources that I don't have yet, or have limited supply of. You can also refine your equipment, which is kind of like fine-tuning it. It's like, how well is it kind of put together? And it's like tinkering with it. As you can see, we have all these different levels. I can re-roll any one of these. So I could come up here, that's like these 4%, re-roll this and get a little extra abilities out of it. But this is all about tweaking your weapons and your armor, and that's one way to get your BR up. Another important way to get your BR up real quick is your helpers. You get at least 1 or 2 helpers. You get one to start. It's kind of like an NPC helper. It's like, oh, not like a pet, but kind of, sort of. And you can level them up as well. And as you level them up, it levels your BR rating up. And so it's important to make sure that you feed them, you keep them happy. They have their own skill system where you can level them up by looting books. There's this whole section on synergy, on how you can teach them to work together. Here's their own skill trees right here. You can upgrade their, from a basic to a different rarity. And that's for their different skills. All of those improve how strong they are, which ultimately improves how strong you are. And then even a formation. It's like, here's my formation. I've got basically a range damage dealer I'm working with, and then I'm working with a ranged healer. And then I have 2 support as well. So make sure you spend time with your Poglies and make sure they're fully dialed in as well, because that helps your BR rating a lot. The one final thing I'll get into that's a big one is the... let me jump over here real quick and get into the Fate Wheel. And you have the Drakites here. These Drakites are... Basically, you have 4 options here, and you're slotting these creatures in. So if I tap on this one, I can actually go and see its stats and what I have in or what I don't have for these Drakites. These start off at a very basic level, and you have to upgrade them. So you keep looting these things, you keep upgrading them, you start slotting them. The first one and the 4th one are probably the ones that are most important. The 2nd and 3rd are more supplemental. But again, you're trying to go from, say, you can see down here I got blues, then purples, then we got the yellows, and then ultimately this orange color. You want to upgrade those as well. They each have different abilities. This one has, looking on the one on the right, HP 201 crit resistance. But the one I'm using on the left has a physical magical attack, which really helps out my BR. So you definitely want to learn this system. I'll probably release a video at some point soon regarding how to do this. But this is a key aspect of getting your BR up nice and high. And you can also see that you get bond levels, which gives you more abilities. If I hatch 3 mounts, I get an extra 44 intelligence. Now, intelligence doesn't really help me as an archer, but you can see here I ate 200 attribute fruits, and my critical went up 161. Besides this, the other kind of key thing I'll mention just on a quick note is make sure you're gardening. Make sure you're growing your fruits that you can eat. They're like permanent buffs. Intelligence +1, strength +1. So you want to make sure you're doing your gardening as well to help facilitate leveling up your BR. Of course, this game's got anything and everything. You can play it as a cozy game and just farm and fish and craft, or you can play it all PvE, all PvP, however you want. But with that said, I'm ready to run some missions. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I haven't even had the opportunity. Let me go over. I know I've got needles on, so I'm going to try to find needles and see if I can't send needles. Let me hit this friend accept real quick. Needles is in the same brigade I am. Let me see who's online. There's Needles. I'm going to tap on Needles, and I'm going to say invite. And let me see what happens here. All right, so I'm going to hit confirm. And there we go. We're just going to, I'll bail out of there, but I've got Needles in my group now. You can see Needles is level 48, just like me, and Needles' BR is a little over 47k. Looks like he is a Lancer, which is kind of a damage dealer or a tank. Can kind of play either. With that, I'm an archer. Of course, we on a real tough thing, we would want to get a healer as well, and maybe a magic user with some crowd control. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run missions, and I'm going to start. This is the mission board right here, and I'm going to hit Dragon Hunter mission. These are crown missions, so I'm going to assume we can both run these. So with that said, let me Opening, oh, we got to wait another. They only run Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday. I ran these yesterday. It took a little bit of a stronger group, and man, the loot was really good. But it looks like we can only do those 3 days a week. So with that, we're going to run Platinums. You can see I've got a 6, 5, and a 4-star. We can run 3 of each. You can see now, I can run 3 of each to get credit. Now, I can run more than 3, but I'm not going to get the chest credit. I'm just going to get some basic credit. So I don't know where Needles is in this whole process, but I'm going to go ahead and hit Hunt. You can see what the rewards will be. And it says I have insufficient members, so I'm going to go ahead and hit Recruit now. This game will also fill in with bots, and the bots don't play that bad. You can also do autoplay if you want to. You need to step away from your tablet for a minute or so while you're in the middle of the battle. You don't necessarily have to say, hey, everyone, hold on, I got to go to the restroom real quick. You can just hit auto, and it will still fight and do everything you need it to do. I'm going to go ahead and hit Recruit now, and we're going to go down to the Platinum missions. I'm going to hit 6-star, and I'm going to hit Recruit. I will leave the Recruit System Mercenary on in case we don't find anyone. It is set for cross-server, so as long as someone's in the America region, we're good to go. And I could hit auto accept, which just means someone comes in, or I can leave it off, and I can actually take a quick peek and go, oh, they're too strong, too weak, whatever. I'm just going to hit auto accept, and I'm going to hit recruit. So if there's any players out there, so Congo's a real player, level 53, 104,000 on the BR rating. So and she's a and we got a level 54 at 131,000. So you can see how even far behind I still am from playing. I'm gonna hit hunt, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and get everyone checked in, and we'll come on, Congo. I'll give Congo just a few more moments. You can see the countdown on the right hand side. And of course, you can be looking for a group and just kind of be in the auto queuing, the searching. Let's see what happens if I let it go all the way out. I'd hate to run it. Yeah, I'd hate to run it one time short. We'll try this one more time. If not, we'll just I'll remove Congo and find someone else, or maybe they'll show up here once we get started. I'll go ahead and start anyway. All right, so here we go. Congo caught up this time. Good deal. So right now, my autoplay, I'm going to leave it on for a moment so I can kind of explain a few things. You can see all my different attacks on the right-hand side. And these are usually like 2, 3, or 4 boss little raids. I'm going to turn auto off, and at this point, and I'm just tapping my different abilities. They all have cooldowns, and some of them have synergies with each other. We also have a super powerful attack, which is in the bottom left. I also have like a stance, which is in the bottom right, that can help me out if I'm in trouble. You can see it plays pretty smooth. Now, I'm on an iPad Pro M4 11-inch screen. And I'm playing with the 1 terabyte, which actually has more cores for CPU power than the 256 or 512 version. And so we're just running through here. You can see some XP. There's a little... I hit the foot to kind of dodge. I pulled over to the side just so I didn't dodge further into it. When you see break, that usually means their armor's kind of broken. At least for momentarily, and you can see all those little pieces on the ground. Those will heal me. So if I needed some type of heal, I could just kind of run right over the top of them. And with that, I would get some heals. Alright, so I just would hit it like that. You can see it threw down a heal. And on to the next one. Now, this is just a regular spawn. You don't see a boss with any... health, so we'll run into a few little spawns in between, and the missions are pretty short. That is one of the nice things, is it's not too long. Let me make sure. I've seen some errors on my stream. Let me just make sure I'm doing good here. This is the first time I've had the... Let's see here. All right, they already finished that one. And on to the next. Of course, if you follow my channel, you know I've been running on a laptop that's kind of right on the border of being acceptable for the OBS. I just had to retoggle something there. And with that, it looks like I got rid of my error. So that's good news. And on to the next one. So you can see on the left, we just finished Alpha. Cornurex is the final one. And there's Cornurex here. So we're already down to the last boss. There's a break, so I'm going to do a special attack. Throws down a lot of damage. And the nice thing about this is they can definitely expand it to have longer these different missions. But right now they're pretty short. Now there are brigade type of activities where if you want to do playing against PvP against other guilds, what they call brigades, there's all kinds of stuff to do in this game. This game is pretty amazing, the amount of activity it has. We're doing pretty good. We're down to the last time through on this final boss. Again, this is a platinum level star 6, which is the highest of the platinums. And with that, I'll grab some loot. And there we go. And it only gave us 1 star based on performance. And look, you can see that level 54. Look at how much damage they're doing there. They probably kind of carried us for the most part. Okay, so with that, I'm going to queue up again. We'll see if... get up here a little bit. I've got this nice gold dragon. And this way I can kind of clear myself. I'm going to hit 6 again. I'm going to hit hunt. And with that, let's see who we get. Right now we're waiting on the... Okay, there we go. Looks like we got everyone dialed in and off we're going to roll. Now at any point someone could dive out. We'll just grab somebody else. And we're going to run through the... we can do 3 chests at the platinum level. And then 3 at the gold level. And that's my plan for tonight for the stream. Is this to show... what it looks like doing the hunter mission. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to turn auto off. If I wanted to leave auto on, here's auto on. I'll let it play auto on. It's pretty good at rotating through its cycling through its attacks with a sequence that's meant for the highest DPS. But where it lacks, it has no real intelligence to help you avoid. So if there is a marker on the ground that something's coming your way, you'll just stand in it. So I could even, if I wanted to, just play auto and then just slide left or right as I need to, just to avoid something. But and its DPS is pretty good. I've actually found though that I get a little higher DPS. I can go through things a little faster if I'm actually playing. But overall, to fill in, like, hey, you got to step away for a moment. It's amazing that you have that ability. All right, so we're down through the Hermit Crab. Looks like we're looking for Alpterra next. Again, you're going to see that these missions are not too long. I've played some MMORPGs, and, you know, it's like, hey, we're going to run this raid, and it's, 3 hours long, and... lots of wipes at the different bosses. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fun as well. Now, you can see there I fired off to the side. This game, for the most part, auto attacks, shoots is kind of straight in front of you. Will kind of land anything you shoot. But if you're facing way off in the wrong direction, it's not going to... I said auto attack. I mean auto aim. It's not going to lock on for you if you're in the completely wrong facing. So as long as you're in the right direction, you don't have to worry about moving a aiming reticle or anything like that to land your hits. And there's Needles. Needles, I need to get you promoted up higher. Needles plays another game with me. He's an officer in my alliance on Godzilla Kong Titan Chasers. It's a 4X strategy game. And Needles, met Needles over there. And he's been on the live streams there. And then, of course, he's really digging this game. So I need to get Needles dialed up into here as well. I'll have to do that here later tonight. So Needles, another promotion coming your way. And let's continue on. Matter of fact, Needles, between fire, ice, water, and earth, what would you say is your favorite? Because they have some titles. I think that's related around fire, water, earth, and what did I like? Ice or cold? I'll have to look, but let me figure that out. I'll send you a message if nothing else. We'll get you dialed in. All right, so we're on to the last boss again. Of course, we know we still got that one. Whoop, I'm firing off to the side. And let me throw that shot down. And of course, this game has skill trees. So you can pick different skills that you want to be proficient in. You can support, hey, maybe you want to have an AoE build, or maybe you're looking for a single target build. You have like 5 or 6 options to build out your character. Another amazing thing is anything you do, you can automatically reset. Just hit reset, start over. There's a 3-star victory there. Okay. And with that, we'll hit confirm. We'll do another one. This game is so flexible and so lenient on that setup that it's pretty amazing. So you can have multiple skill trees, and then, oh, I'm going to run this one as more of an AoE and take fire. All right, Needles, I'll dial you in for fire. And pick the AoE build, or you want a single target build, or maybe you want to play a tank build if you're a Lancer, or maybe you're going with a DPS build. You can build them all out. You get like 5 or 6 options, and then you just select which one you want to play. You don't like something, you want to make a tweak, you can either reset your whole tree and start over, or you can just kind of maybe you assign too many points, you just want 1 point so you can get to the next stage of the tree. I just actually did that today. I reduced some of my 4s down to 1 because I unlocked new abilities and I wanted to bolster those up. So the game has a ton of flexibility when it comes to tweaking your character for the different builds you're looking for. All right, so we mowed right through that one. Good little group here. I've been in a few groups where we have a complete wipe. When you get KO'd or you're killed, you'll just turn into like this silhouette, kind of like X-ray looking silhouette of yourself. And you do get a that way. You do get a 1 recovery. There are some things you can get to have multiple recoveries. I haven't really used one yet. There's so much to this game, I still feel like I'm a complete newbie playing it. But the things that I am working on and producing videos for, are the areas that I feel like I have a real good grasp of knowledge of. So, been a fun game. Now, this person is on, that's Needles, is on there's 2 type of mounts in the game. There's kind of a transportation mount, and then there is a combat mount. And the combat mounts, you get tokens, and you have to basically summon them. So they're kind of a temporary thing, but the mounts you get are permanent. And whatever mount you have equipped, you get all mounts have some abilities, whether maybe they give you strength or intelligence, or perhaps they help with your physical or magical attack capability. As long as whichever one you have active that you're have slotted to ride, you get its bonuses, those passive bonuses or active bonuses. And so there's some when it comes to building out your character and getting the highest, get the most capacity and play out of your character. You're also looking at what kind of mount you want to have in play as well. All right, and K's entering the game. Very nice. AM-S7. NK, AM-S7. One of the first things you're going to want to do is to get into a brigade, because you can ask for help. And also there's some other good passive bonuses. So if you look for Budget Gamer and K, I will go into the the brigade menu system, and I will get you into the brigade. You can request for help. Yeah, the brigade has its own little instance of its own camp. They have their own quest givers and different types of NPCs. You also have all kinds of things you can do in the brigade, so that's pretty cool. Most everything you've seen in any other combinations of MMORPGs or ARPGs are in this game. All right, so that's 3 right there. So that's gonna take me out. Let me get back up on my very rare gold dragon. So I went through and figured if I wasn't for someone who had a lot of money to get this full gear setup. I'll show you my full gear set. The wardrobe. I have this. You can see this is called the Azure Knight. It consists of a helmet, a chest, and a back accessory, plus the dragon. You probably would spend $500 in game to get that. But if you watch my video, you can do it almost for free. It just takes some time. All right, so you can see the green check on the platinum. So I'm going to go down to gold, and I have no more chests. So we'll go gold, and we'll go to the highest one, and I'll hit hunt. Let's see who I. So I probably lost. I lost one player. So I'll go ahead and hit recruit now, auto accept. We'll either, if we get an NPC player, it'll have like like 3 or 4 digit letters, and then it'll say like number 585. And so you can tell when you get a whoops, what did this one? Oh, too high to enter that stage. Okay, so unfortunately, I want to run these golds, so I'm going to have to ask. I'm going to have to remove that person, unfortunately. Let's try this again. Yes, so you'll see 3 or 4 letters. I think it's maybe 3 letters. And then you'll see a pound sign and then a number. And why does it keep... I want to go here. All right, let's hit hunt there. Oh, man. So, let's see. I have to have... Your BR... Who's... Level 50. Okay, so it looks like they can only be level 40 to 49. So let me go recruit now. This time I'm going to say... Oh, I'm going to change that right there. So there's my problem. 30 to 49. There we go. Now auto accept. Now it should work. I was doing something goofy. And I saw a guild invite. Needle says, I think the archer is the best one. The archer is really good. I'll have to say, though, I've played with a lot of, in these groups, a lot of higher level players. And I think every time I come up with a Lancer, the Lancers seem to be really, really strong at the higher levels. But, you know, I'm sure that's kind of subjective to the player as well. So I'm going to leave everything on auto here in a moment. Yeah, and it looks like... let me turn it auto back on. I'm going to go over here and look at my guild real quick, the brigade. And let's see here. I have... nope, no one yet. I do have this social. Let's see here. Level 4. Okay, that was a person I just played. This friend. So I guess not yet. So I'll look for Ann K. I'll get Ann K into the brigade. But here I am right now, so I'm just playing on auto while I was looking at a few other things. You can get away with it if it's not too tough. Now, we're doing gold level missions, which are really kind of set for gold level players. I'm Platinum 3. You can see Needles as Platinum 1. Character up front's Gold 2. But once I get to 50, it looks like, you know, these won't be available to me any longer, so... Anne chose the wizard. Very nice. Great DPS on that character. So Anne's gonna work through the starter. And then, yeah, and once you get out of the starting area, make sure you try to get into the brigade. And it will definitely be a help for you to request for help. And it's a lot of fun. All right, so I'm not even moving my character or anything. I'm just literally watching right now and spending more time talking. Let me get my looks like my phone. Let me get my avatar going again here. And turn it back on. Okay. While I'm auto playing. All right, that's back on. Every so often my phone will freeze up. Of course, I'm using an iPhone Pro with a true depth camera they have for the front-facing camera that they use for facial recognition. And it actually maps about 400 little triangles on my face. And it can see if I blink an eye, big mouth, eyebrows, all kinds of things, turning my head different directions. And it's all in real time. All right, there's oh, I saw a kind of a dark amber color there fly by. Oh, it was the claw. Okay. These you use to basically build up some really strong gear. All right. So that's one down. We got 2 more to go. And let me get back into up here. It's a little easier to move around. And I'll hit hunt again. Insufficient members. So let's see. We just got needles and ice. So again, I'm going to go ahead and hit recruit now. Okay, so I did leave it at the same auto accept, and I'll hit recruit. I like the cross server. So if your server is not a very busy one, you can definitely get in. And you can still team up. You can still at least team up with your friends. All right, so there is a ADA #742. That's a bot. So we got 1 bot so far. And looks like we got 2 bots in this one. And I'll hit hunt. I was running all of these and getting through most of them just fine with the bots. The harder missions that are like right kind of at your reach, top of your reach, your potential, they're much harder to do with bots. And Ann says, Raheem 20. Okay, I'll look for you. You can send me a friend invite, and my in-game name is Budget Space, Budget Gamer, 2 words. All right, loot it. Now, when you loot this lower level gear, don't just toss it to the furnace to smelt. Always check the stats on it. That's one way to help get your BR rating up, is by making sure that if there's a stat, or maybe there's a stat you don't have that you would like to have, and you can replace those as well. If your item already has a stat, let's say strength, and I've got another, you can't replace and have 2 strengths, for example. You can only have 1 of each type. So you can't, unfortunately, just stack an item like with 3 or 4 strengths. The chat's in the bottom window. I can tap on the chat, and I can go and look at party chat, brigade chat, recruit, current, and even system chat. I'll just go back to brigade, and then I can close it here. And it will just kind of filter through all of it. Okay, there's a friend invite or something going on. I got application list. Doug. We'll let Doug in. Oh, okay. Cannot enter. Bummer. So they're trying to get in, but we're already in the middle of it, unfortunately. Let me try one more time. Did I read that right? Let's see what happened. But the game is pretty amazing. I've been having a total fun play with it. It's been hard to get sleep because I start playing late at night and I literally can't put it down. Well, next thing I know, it's 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, my local time. All right, here we go. I'm going to go off of auto for this one. And let's heat this one up. Send it. Send it. Now there's the when the shield breaks, you got some option to get some kills. You can see my little Pogly right here next to me. I've got the one that's in the primary slot is I got two. This one here is a healer. I've got a couple of AoE attacks. This is a meteor attack at the top. This is a close ranged jump up and throw a bunch of arrows in. I've got a number of cool attacks. I have this one that I can power up. This one right here, you'll see the bar. The higher the bar goes, the more damage it does. In the middle, there's a basic attack. Here's my my stance. Kind of gives me a little bit more of AoE and allows me to become a little bit stronger for a shortened period of time. That's it. Got one done. Now, I can run more than 3. I just don't get, all the loot. Ooh, I have, you can see there's a weapon that I can't use. You have to make a decision when you get a weapon that you can't use. Do you want to, one option is to basically go ahead and identify it. And when you identify it, you can maybe get a stat that you can use for your weapon. I've got one left to go. Or you can sell it on the market. I'll leave it unidentified. You know it's what it is, but you don't know the stats on it. And you can sell it for coins. And the market coins is how I purchased all of my really rare Azure Knight gear and the dragon. The dragon takes 100 shards. The rest of the equipment takes 50 shards. Now, if you watch my video, what you'll find is there's a certain set of foods and a certain set of fish that are really popular and necessary for some of the early quests. Especially some of the brigade quests, they'll be asking for food. You will be surprised at how much people will pay for that because they don't want to take the time to learn how to do it, and so they'll pay through the they'll pay a ton of market credits for it, enough that they could have bought a shard. And so I was just selling all these things left and right, all this coins coming in, and I'm just turning around buying shards every time I could. Now, when you sell something on the market, there's like 5 or 6 price options, and you can figure out what the lowest rate is by putting something in, acting like you're going to sell it, to see what the ranges are. And so I would just look for the very lowest price, or sometimes the price at the second lowest, and it was pretty easy. And here I'm running around, people are asking me, how do I get all that stuff? It's like, well, let me make a video on it and kind of explain it. So take a look at that video. It's all about the Azure Knight and the Gold-Winged Dragon. It says I do not exist. Uh-oh. I've got an identity crisis. Are you, Ann K, are you on the AM-S7 server? AM-S7. Maybe you didn't connect because I know you're down in the Caribbean area. Maybe it has you on a European server. So one of the things you have to make sure is you join the right server. Don't know how to change your server. If you go back out, when you first get logged in, there's a little server name in the very middle of the screen. All you do is you tap on that name, and that's where you'll see the regions and the servers, and you can select AM-S7. And that'll get you into the server Needles and Iron. Alright, so I'm still just out of fighting right now since it's gold, since I'm kind of visiting and talking. We're on to the final boss here. I'm level 48, so this system, the game also has one of these leveling systems. Kind of like Diablo Immortal or some of the other games if you've ever played those. when you first start in the old days, you're so far behind, you never get a chance to catch up with everybody. And, all right, let me see if I'm done. That might have been the last one. And so you end up in this situation where you're always so far behind. So what the game does is it gives you double, triple, quadruple XP when you first start. And the server has a ceiling level. They call it a seal level. Right now, let's see, oh, here's my gear. You can see I've got the highest level, super, for my class, and then for gear, I'm at gold. Dracite and Poglies, I'm at good. But you can actually, let me see if I can find where it's at. It will show, is it under character? Yeah, here it is. So I'm level 48, seal level is 49. Each day it goes up by 1. So everyone who starts late starts leveling up really fast, really fast, really fast. As you get closer to the seal level, you start slowing down a little bit. But before you know it, all your friends or family are right there within a level or two of you. Now, it doesn't mean you can't play beyond the seal level, but once you get there, don't expect to get 100% XP. You might only get 50% XP. You might get 25% XP if you're really pushing it. So you'll get rewarded with your gear and your items and everything else, but when you're XP, you just can't get so far ahead that you're leaps and bounds above everybody else. So like Anne's just getting started, and Kate could still get caught up with Needles and I with not too much play. So what I do is I only focus on XP enough to kind of get to the seal level. I usually hover 1 level below or 2 level below, so it's really easy just to play a little bit and get good XP. So the seal level is a great little feature. Okay, so with that, I've finished. I believe I finished. I'll go over here to functions and go to Dragon Hunter. And I'm going to go back over here. Gold is done and platinum is done. So that finishes up all the missions that I could do. Now I can still play missions. AM-S7 and K. AM as in America, -S7 as in server 7. So I could be a helper and help out some brigade members, some friends, some family. I can help run them through getting these done. You know, we could do 3 stars, but for my chest today, I'm done. So I can still run these, I just don't get the extra bonus loot at the end. All right, so, and I've run some other things. So while I'm here, I was planning to stream for about an hour, so we're almost up to an hour. I'll do a few more things here, then I'll just go ahead and wrap the stream up. I just wanted to kind of cover, this is my first journal entry. I'm calling this Journal 1, and I just wanted to hang out and do the Dragon Hunter missions tonight. I'll have different journal entries where it might be, hey, we're going to do civilian missions. There's a whole bunch of missions where you run around town. Or maybe it's the Coliseum, and we're going to put a group together, and maybe it's a night of PvP. We're going to, if we have enough, we'll put a group of 4 together and kind of run and see how well we do. Needle says, thanks for the explanations. Yeah, no problem. I hope I was able to help. This game has got, of course, you got a shop, and you can see these different packs. And, of course, this is the one you actually spend in-game money. From here, you can do anything and everything. But all the things that are red dots are showing you things that I have something I need to go look at. So Adventure's Tale, I finished a few things so I could claim some coins. And it looks like complete 4 missions. I claimed some more tickets. So I'm done there. And then, of course, here's a... I'm going to claim some more apples for running some different things. Of course, if I want to hit go, I could go actually work on that. This one has a roulette. I'm going to go ahead and hit the draw. Gives me some type of random items. Those are all going to help me with leveling up my Pogli. Let's see, the Hunting Festival. They have the single most popular. I'm not trying to be the most popular, but I do have tickets that I have if I wanted to try that. It has a whole section on rankings. You can see anything and everything. You can see where you stand. You can see where your brigade stands. Battle ratings, gear ratings, Dracite, mount ratings, Pogli ratings. You even get into the comprehensive. So every piece of gear you get, a quick little example before I wrap up. You go in wardrobe. I'm wearing this one right here. My primeness gives me 120 and it gives me 40 sexy points. If I was to go street style, I would have 120 cuteness and 40 sexy. So you can pick these different types of gear, and it rates up your stats, kind of like your how cute, your charisma, you know, your attraction level or your coolness level. So if I bail out of here and I go into the rankings, let's say I'll take a peek at cuteness. I'm 214. I'm not doing too good. Whoever this person is here, DEDD, they have this dialed in. You'll see them at the top of most of these. My primeness, I'm number 2 on this server. So I'm doing good on that one. Sexiness, I'm level 8. Of course, again, here's this DEDD person. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're definitely dialed in to being the leader on that. Affection, you can actually have like mates. And I'm not sure what type of benefits you get with mates. Maybe you can share a home. There's a housing system in this game. There's a place, different neighborhoods you can live in, different types of either a regular home or a mansion. You can decorate. You can do all the coziness. So yeah, you can have a contract, so to speak, like almost sounds like a marriage or something. And with another player and share resources and things like that, I believe. But yeah, they have all different kinds of things. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. The hollowed list, Needle says. Thanks for the... Yep. That one is a good one, for sure. There's supposed to be a gacha machine for that somewhere. I thought I read something on one of the patch notes that there is a gacha machine somewhere. It looks really awesome, but it's coming soon. If it's not in a gacha machine right now, it's take a look at the patch notes. You'll read something. One, they talk about fixing a graphical error, but they also talk about something about the gacha machines for it. Once the shards become available, you can you follow my format I did for the Azure Knight. You can go into the shop, go down to market, go into Outlook. Now, if somebody's got an outfit, the whole outfit, the wardrobe piece, they'll sell it there. But if not, you can get the shards. Now, look at these shards. 10 shards at 34,500 gold market coins. I can hit buy. I'm not going to buy any, but they're selling them at 34 or 37. For reference, I bought mine like at 7,000. I think the low end is 7,000. So I was selling food for a couple of thousand. People would buy some of the food for like 1,000 coins, 2,000 coins. It was just crazy. So, and fish. So definitely try to, I don't see that set in here yet for the shards, but when it does, it'll be a fun one to get that hollowed set. All right, so we're right almost to the top of the hour. Off the fish. Yeah, getting rich off the fish. Yep, that's right. A little deadliest catch. You go out on the crabbing for 2-3 weeks and they come back with like $100,000 each or something crazy. All right. I hope everyone enjoyed this stream. You'll see more of them. Feel free to reach out to me in game. Budget Gamer, all lowercase. I'm on the AM-S7 server. Needles, I'll catch up with you offline. Ann says to wait, but Ann, I need to go ahead and wrap up. I got some other plans coming up. But you can, I've got your, I'll get your name. I've got the, it's in the chat. I'll send you a message and say hi. From that, go ahead and send me a friend invite. I'll make sure we get you in. And I hope this was helpful. So I hope everyone has a good rest of your night, your morning, your afternoon, or your evening, no matter where you are in the globe. And as always, let's battle. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your night. Hopefully you guys get some sleep. I probably won't. I'll probably be up most of the night battling. Take care. Good night.